Yeah, hi, good morning guys. Saturday morning, and I would just like to do a short video today on the importance of inspections. And the reason I wanted to do or talk about the inspections this morning is we've had a bit of a rough week with a couple of inspections that we've had to cancel. So I just wanted to talk about like the importance of the inspection, the process, what we look for in an inspection, especially when a property is renovated or it's got tenants in place. So as you know, as a company, any contract that you sign or any reservation that you sign is subject to a full inspection on the property, and us being happy with the property, and of course you being happy with the property as well. So the inspection process is really important, and if for whatever reason we don't like the property, or there's something wrong with the property, something majorly wrong with the property, then we can cancel the property, and any funds that you've paid, so for example earnest money deposit or your global fee or arrangement fee, is fully transferable to an alternative property. Now it doesn't really happen a lot because the suppliers that we've worked with, certainly in Cleveland and also in Detroit, we've worked with them for coming up to like 5-6 years now, 10 years in Detroit, and they know how we work. So they know that if they send us if they've got a bad property or a property with problems, and they send it to Mike or they send it to Global Investments, we are going to do an inspection on it, and if it's bad, we cancel it. So they're kind of wasting their time sending us a property with issues. So it doesn't really happen a lot. And I would probably say, if you asked me numbers wise, how many properties do we cancel, I'd probably say maybe 1 in 15, 1 in 20 even. So the majority of properties that we get, we figure out a way to close them. Sometimes there might be a little bit of maintenance that's needed, which the seller will take care of, which I'll come to in a second. But this week we cancelled 2, and I think one of them was because the roof was old and the seller wouldn't replace it, and the second one was we found structural issues with the property. So if there was ever anything structurally wrong with the property, we would always advise our clients not to proceed, and we look for something different. So what do we look for when we do an inspection? Well, the first thing is we look for the main fundamental items: the roof, the plumbing, the electrics, the foundation, and of course we check for any structural movement as well. So once all of those 5 boxes are ticked and everything's fine, we're happy with the, if you want to call it, the bones of the house. Then after that we would look for like maintenance items, so small things that might need done. Some paint might need done, or carpet might need replaced, the boiler might need maintained. So what we do is, once we're comfortable and once we're happy with the report, we would create an invoice for any additional works that we feel needs to be done. So for example, let's say the invoice came to $3,000 for some new paint, some new carpet, or maintaining the boiler, or maintaining the furnace, or the hot water tank. So what we do is we then go back to the seller and we say to the seller, we've done our inspection, our client's happy, we're happy. However, we feel that these items need to be taken care of. So that's the point where we negotiate with the seller, and we say to the seller, we're happy to close, but on the condition that you do these works, or not him to do the works, but he covers the works. Because what we wouldn't ask him to do, we wouldn't ask the seller to do the works, because not that we don't trust the seller, but I would prefer that our contractors on the ground in Cleveland do the work. So what we do is we ask for, let's say for example, for argument's sake, it's $3,000. We ask for that $3,000 to be held back in escrow And when we close on the property, that $3,000 is then passed to Global's contractors on the ground in Cleveland or Detroit, and my contractors will go in and do the work, and then we know the works are getting done correctly. So those are the sort of things that we look for in an inspection. And I think another point I would love to talk about is the fee that we charge, because we charge a fee which is outside of the closing. And this is kind of how Global Investments all came about. And we've been in business 11 years now, and I think it's so important that it's outside of the closing, the fee. So that's the only money we make on the sale. We charge $3,900 USD commission for arranging the sale. Now, I don't want to say I don't care if we cancel the property, because of course I care if we cancel properties, but I'm not bothered if we close or if we don't close. Now, if you think about it, the majority of companies out there selling properties for a little bit over market value, $15,000, $20,000, $25,000 in markets like South America, Turkey, France. There's other markets as well doing the same thing: Singapore, Hong Kong, Dubai, Kuwait, Qatar, Israel. So all of those markets, there's a lot of people flipping houses. So basically they buy a house and they buy it for $25,000, they spend $10,000 and they sell it for $80,000. So there's a lot of, if you want to call it profit or commission, a markup in the sale basically, which we don't charge. We don't have any commission, we don't have any profit in the sale. We take you direct to the seller and we charge you a fee outside of the sale. But my point is, sorry for rambling on, my point is we are not biased in the sale. And I think companies that have a $20,000 or a $30,000 commission or profit in the sale, of course they're going to want you to close on the property. So would they really tell you to cancel the property? So I think the whole thing about the fee, the inspection, and the fact that our fee is outside of the sale, I think is great, because we have your best interests at heart. But I just wanted to cover that today, because we cancelled a couple of properties this week, and it's not normal that we would cancel 2 properties in a week. So I just wanted to explain the whole process, the inspection process, and the fact that even though when you reserve a property with Global Investments, you pay your fee, you pay your deposit, you sign a contract, but you're not committed to buy the property until you see the inspection. And if we don't like the inspection, we look for something else. Now, you are committed to buy a property with me, so you'd need to buy, we don't give you the money back, so you would still need to sit down and say, okay, Mike, we didn't like that first property, or the roof was bad, or even if we didn't like the look of the tenants, we could say, okay, well, we're not sure about the tenants, let's look for something else. Even if that was the case, then we would need to sit down and look for another property. So I hope that helps and makes you understand a little bit more about the process, and also what we're looking for in an inspection as well. And it's a really important and vital part of the inspection, I think. So anyway, you guys have a good day, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.